How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, my royal family, Bernie is busted for who he truly is. Now what I'm going to present to the royal family, Bernie's people in his camp basically had to know that this shit was going to come out. And it ain't no way to defend it. So maybe some of y'all heard of it, but this is new to me. And I'm going to continue to do my due diligence. And I learned some things. Didn't know, but ain't surprised at all. Oh no, not surprised at all. So my royal family, let's just get right into it. Well, what do we have here? Bernie Sanders. Poor whites were given niggers to hate and look down on. Now, what I read in here, he's saying is true. But boy, you would think, because he's going to be, he's been in the political world for many, many years, that he would find another politically correct word to use. But he was being nothing more but true to his nature. So I have some things that I need to present to the royal family. And let me pull one more thing up before I get started. I left one little thing out. Oh, here it is. Here it is. So, this is what I'm talking about. So he put this book out, and he speaks on C-SPAN back in the 90s. Quite eye-opening, the things that he said. And I'm not disagreeing with everything that he said, because this is what they do in the world of politics. Hypervia. So, there's no need to read, let me see, this particular article, because it's going to be said in this particular video. So, my royal family, let's get right into it and, let's hear what Bernie talking about. What's that, 8? Like that's the 31st, 97. Okay. Just my luck. Just my luck I would get a damn commercial and get one the first time, get one on the second time. I'm batting 1,000 a day.
And I also talked a little bit in the book. We have a chapter on what we call the scapegoating of Congress. And this is what that is about. You see, Mr. Gingrich and Mr. Army have a real problem. And their problem is that they represent about 2-3% of the people in America, the richest people in America. And it is very hard for them to go forward to the American people and put ads on television saying, American people, I want you to vote for me so we can give huge tax breaks to the rich and then cut back on Medicare, Medicaid, and education. Please vote for us. Well, they probably wouldn't get a whole lot of votes if they did that. But that's really what their program is about. They represent the millionaires and the billionaires and multinational corporations. Now, that's their problem. Now, how do they solve their problem? They solve it in a very brilliant way, with a lot of polling and a lot of enormous sophistication. What they do is divide America up in a dozen different ways. They play black off against white, and white off against Hispanic. They play Native Americans against immigrants. They play men against women, straight against gays. And they sit down, they do intensive research on how you can divide the country up so that you'll have working class people and middle class people ending up voting against their own best interest because they've been told that the reason they are working 50 or 60 hours a week, as they are, is not because corporate America is taking their jobs to China and Mexico. It's because all those poor people are living high off the hog in welfare. So we're all supposed to hate the welfare people. Okay? And we don't look at what's happening on the top. And we're supposed to lower taxes for the rich because presumably they're going to reinvest in America and create great jobs here. despite the history of the last 30 years, which says that is exactly not the case. Okay, so what they do, and we talk about how they do it with homophobia. There was a piece of legislation very clearly designed for the election time to, rouse hatred against gay people and so forth and so on. And we talk a little bit about the scapegoating Congress.
Okay. So that's the gist of that. And now it's going to get deeper. So we're going to go over here. So, okay, it says Bernie Sanders under fire for the use of the N-word in a 2015 book. Okay, so this book was revised. So, when I went down here, this is how it all goes down. Now, this first little clip I'm going to play y'all. This is the audio book, but they're not using Bernie's voice. Keep that on your frontal lobe. Now, I do agree with what he said in the first video. They've been playing that game.
For 100 years, the white workers of the South were the most exploited white workers in America. They were paid the lowest wages. They endured the worst working conditions. Their housing was abysmal. Their kids went to the most backward schools, and very few could send their children to college. But what did they have? They were given niggers to hate and look down on. Niggers who couldn't vote, drink at their water fountains, use the same bathrooms, or sit up in front in the buses or movie theaters. The political, economic, social, and educational systems of the South enforced those divisions and continually fed the antagonisms. Above all things, white workers were encouraged to despise and protect themselves from their black neighbors or face losing what little they had.
Okay. Now that's from his book, Outsiders in the White House. You heard that audio. The N-word. But my royal family, it gets juicier. Now, you know, over here on the True Royal Family, I'm going to bring it like I always do. I bring it real sweet. Oh, yeah, real sweet. So, now I want y'all to really listen to Bernie. Now, Bernie Sanders is talking to middle school students about stereotypes in Burlington. That would be Vermont in 1987. When I was a young person, what we learned is that black people smelled. They had a special odor. Okay? That's what went around that black people smell, and they were pretty stupid. We're going to hear this out of Bernie's mouth. Oh, yeah.
Deal with a group of people. What you essentially do, you want to do bad things to them. You do what I call dehumanize them. You make them less than human beings. They're not like you. They're something else. And what you do, therefore, is you develop a stereotypical image of them. A stereotype. Pole. Now, they're Polish jokes. All Polish people are stupid. Essentially is what is at the heart of that joke. Okay? What about black people? What's the stereotype that we know about black people? Yeah?
Well, that they're like talking slang and that they are worse. Or they don't catch on to that.
Okay, well, let me even go further. When I was a kid, and this thing is gone, it's interesting to see how fast the world changes. Okay? When I was a young person, what we learned is that black people smelled. They had a special odor. Okay? That was what went all around, that black people smelled and they were pretty stupid. But that was before Bill Cosby had a best. At that time, black people were not allowed. Television would not allow black people to host national programs. In fact, there was a singer who basically could not be on a national television program hosted because the South didn't like it at that time. Okay, so black people smell. Black people smell, my God. Why should they have equal rights? All right, what about Jewish people? What's their thing? How are they different than other people? Yep.
They celebrate Hanukkah.
Yeah, but that's not, I would say that's not the stereotype. But what makes them? Now, Jewish people lost many, many millions of people under Hitler in World War II. And they were killed because they were also not quite human beings. What are some of the stereotypes regarding them so that they could be wiped out? What made them different from other people? Yeah?
Maybe because they didn't believe in the same things that the Catholic people did.
Right. Their religious beliefs were different, but also they were greedy and selfish people. Also had strange sexual habits and so forth and so on.
All right. That came out the horse's mouth. Oh, my goodness. Wow, Bernie, you really busted. You real busted. Well, my royal family, I'm going to leave these links here, and y'all can read these at your leisure. And we're going to go back over here to Bernie. Bernie, you busted. You busted. Now, they exaggerated a bit and, had people running over here. We was thinking we're going to hear the N-word straight up out of your mouth. You should have just said it. But we clearly heard you say, black people smell. Well, let me tell the enemy something. Y'all smell like dogs. No doubt. Smell like a wet dog as far as I'm concerned. I know y'all come over here. You know I'm going to keep it raw, I'm going to keep it real, and I'm going to keep it core. Ain't it juicy, my royal family? So, Bernie, you don't got a leg to stand on. We know your bag of tricks. When we start mentioning ADOS, that racism popped up. Oh, yeah. You was telling people to don't listen to Lisa Cabrera. That's a true story, my royal family. Gotta have Lisa tell y'all. Yeah, said don't listen to her at all. But he always liked throwing up in people's faces that he marched with Martin Luther King. So what? You still what you is. You a relic. In fact, you a racist relic. And you not gonna be the president with your tired, dusty, pasty ass. But the truth came out. Now, like I said, I'll give you credit, Bernie, for talking that part about, how they play off people in politics, one group can't stand the other group and keep everybody in a state of confusion. There's a lot of distractions in America. But the royal family is waking up quickly, and we hip to your shit. See, my royal family, I talk about the nature of many things. You think Bernie's nature have changed? Now, that book was first put out in 1997. Then they put it out in 2015. Must have made a lot of money, and he's staying very firm on that book. Because when you get the book, you're going to hear nigga, nigga, nigga all day. Well, the way I was raised, niggas come in many shades and hues. It's all about how you conduct yourself. So, Bernie, you the true nigga. True Royal said that. So your people can go run back with that. Well, my royal family, I did my part. So, my royal family, render your voice with your beautiful divine words. And as always, my royal family, I thank you for your love. I thank you for your support. And with that said, Ashe.